my friends, it's Nat. We are involved today in a video hop. If you in the search engine of between Instagram, YouTube, if you put in Team Tiny Crescent Creation Hop, all the participating designers will be there, and so you can scroll through. Make sure that you play along and leave a comment on all the different blogs and different cards that you're going to see, because this is actually a $25 gift card that's up for grabs at the Crescent Moon website. So your choice, but you know, it's a $25 gift certificate, so that's pretty cool. These images were sent to me, which I'm very grateful for, and I will leave a link below to their website. What I've got here is a couple little zombie dudes for Halloween. I think I've got obviously a little ghost. I'm going to put it down as like a Frankenstein, but she might be like a little zombie. But we're going to colour in as a Frankenstein. A little mouse and a little cat. We're not going to play with the cat today. We're just going to leave him for next time. But what I've got here with the greens, I've just coloured YG17, YG13 and YG11. Most of the card is going to be pretty neutral, okay, in the sense of their colouring, the colouring of the cards. So these are all the darker neutrals. The mouse is going to be a lot more of the lighter ones. So you can see the colours there that I've used. The ghosty is obviously going to have, he's in a white sheet, pretty traditional. So we're going to keep him some of the lighter neutrals. But yeah, the shoes there, I don't know whether this is true, but to me it looks like she's got one shoe off and one shoe on, so that's what we did, and we coloured her feet, of course. So we've got V17, V15 and V12 for all our purples. Yes, I am going to colour these, cut out these little lollipops. We're only going to use 3 of them. Honestly, I don't even know how to colour in a candy corn. I know it's a candy corn. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. But I'd have to Google what colours to do, and I wanted to keep with the purple and the greens. So that's what we went for. So we just got 3 little images. So I'm going to cut those out by hand. Now the little sheet that we've got here is N3, N1 and N0. We're just putting a little bit of definition to our little costume person. Just give it a little bit of ripples through the material. That's basically all. Just to give it some bit of movement there. Our mouse is going to be the same with light and dark neutrals, so the majority of his body is going to be out of those lighter ones. The spots, the holes for eyes and his little nose are going to be the darker greys that we've used, so the N9, 7 and 5, whereas the rest of it is going to be that plainer material, the lighter colours. It's not plain, it's lighter colours. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what everyone else has done with their images. So that's going to be a bit of fun. So today is the 20. Well, you're going to see this on the 26th. Well, it's going to be live on the 26th. I'm not too sure how long the giveaway is open for, but yeah, make sure you comment below just to give it an opportunity. It's your choice, but you have to be in it to win it. We've got the YR07, the YR04 for a little bit of pumpkin. I swear if I wanted to, I could have coloured in the candy corn, because we still have a little tiny bit of purple, but it's not by much. The skin tones that we've got, we don't have an awful lot. We're going to colour a little bit of his feet and a little bit of the little mouse, obviously his hands, his feet, his face. We've got E04, E11, E01 and E000, which doesn't have a sticker on the top, but that's what we've got. Trying not to fluff too much around with them, especially with the legs. There's not much there. A tiny little bit of a light N colour for the tooth. We've got B for 4 zeros. So B-O-O-O-O for their eyes. A bit of R20 with the N-O, just to soften that and blend that in a little bit. And I did have to put a little bit of eyes. Sorry, my camera just moved there for some bizarre reason. The hair I've kept relatively straightforward and honestly simple. I haven't even coloured it. I've left white parts in it, which is going to be hard to see on camera. That is just E39, 37 and 35. This is our trick and treat. I've cut around all my images. Don't go from the front when you do a water-based marker on the back, around the edges, because you want to do it from the back in case you slip. You don't want to spend all the time colouring it and then die cutting that baby out and then have your pen slip on you. We're going to do a little bit of surgery. I'm going to cut his hand. He didn't feel a thing, but I'm going to cut his hand around the edges a little bit, just because I want to make that he's holding a lollipop. I thought about doing that with the Frankenstein zombie there girl, but it was a little bit too fine. Just need a little bit more. A little bit too fine to cut that off and not literally cut her fingers away from her hands. So we're just going to put it there and pretend she's holding it. Pretty much like this will do. I've got a little bit of a glue dot. Now I'm going to cut some of the glue dot in half, which is not that easiest thing to do, but we don't need a full size glue dot. And it's just going to go behind our little lollipop. And that actually gives him a little bit of definition, because it's not flat. You can't get it flat. A little bit of multi-matte medium. I've got to slow down with my talking because I trip over my own words. Although I trip over my own feet, so, there's not much difference really. I was going to put the green lolly with our Frankenstein zombie girl, but it was just going to blend in too much. I've got a Fiskars silicone matte here, a little bit of wilted violet, and I'm using a blending brush that I keep specifically for the dye-based inks. So all the dye-based inks that I've got, I will use these brushes. I might wipe them off in between different companies, but honestly I don't have too many different companies sort of thing, so I purely use this. Now I have a question for you all. Is it just me, since they've brought out all these blending brushes and that make these soft, beautiful blended backgrounds, is it just me that I'm gone rusty with using traditional blending tools? I know we have the domes, which I am yet to have a try of. I have seen them once here in Australia, but it's not something we see that much. Although we're in the middle of COVID, so we don't really see too much at all. Anyway, but I've gotten a little bit out of practice with using them. I mean, I really, really like my blending brushes, and they have that soft background, and I'll use a mixture of both with my oxides between the blending brushes, because of course they sit on the cardstock a lot longer before they really sort of sink in and they dry, so but yeah, let me know if I'm not the only person. We've got a little bit of foam strips here we're going to raise up. They're quite high, But our little zombie girl is going to be raised up with some foam mount, and I am going to just glue down the rest of them, and I'm going to place them at different levels, and you'll see what I mean when we get to talking about that, because I'll ground them a little bit of glue. I am going to use my finger just to smush it around a little bit, just to make sure I don't get too much oozing on their legs. And you can see that the two that are going to be behind, just put a bit of glue on this little baby. They're both actually still, like, the mouse is further back because it's higher. And the ghost, and then you'll see it, hopefully you'll see it a little bit more when I put the zombie girl on. I am trimming up little bits of the edge of my foam mount. I am a little bit of a cheap chicken when it comes to that. Hopefully I'm not the only one, because it's like, you know, you've got all this foam, don't let it go to waste. You might as well just rock that baby and, you know, just use it all up. I hope you can't hear my son talking in the background, but put the last little bit, take all our foam mount off. Can you see she's a little bit lower? So, and that means that she's in front. I'm going to ground them just with the violets that we've used already. So our V17, 15 and our V12. Just so they're not sort of floating around. And that's just something I like. It's a personal choice. You do you. It's all good. Now this is the second time I'm doing a voiceover. I can't remember if I've said the little spider. I was umming and ahhing about colouring him, but obviously I've left him be. I thought a green little spider, he might be cool, but it might take away from the image. So we left him. I had to do another voiceover and I had it all ready to go, and for some reason my video decided to go for a lot longer than it's 13-14 minutes. Anywho, I hope you enjoyed. That's my card. We're going to add a little bit of sequins. As I said, I've left the link down below. I will also leave a little link over to some other Copic colouring that I've done, and it'd be awesome if you pop over there and check out some other my videos. I'm still very much learning about this whole YouTube thing, but I'm thoroughly enjoying myself, except when my videos don't end when they're supposed to and go on forever. Take care. I will check you next time. Bye.